Whether you've lived in Twin Falls your whole life or you're a newcomer to the area, you may have heard of the tunnels that saved Twin Falls. You may have brushed them off as just a story, but they are real, as Justin Matson shows us.
So many times in life we do things and there are consequences which we do not anticipate. And the question is, how do we deal with those consequences?
It's hard to imagine Twin Falls without its farmland. But before Milner Dam was built, that was the case.
The dam was closed in 1905. It was assumed that there would be no problem with excess water.
For 10 years, Milner Dam had provided water to the farmers in the area with no issues until 1913.
In a lot of low areas in the tract, farmers were getting flooded out by water coming up out of the ground.
About 500 acres could not be cultivated.
The Twin Falls Canal Company looked to take action on what was causing the water to come back up in the fields, and they found it was the land itself, a mixture of lava rock, clay soil, and subtle slopes.
Towards the top of the lava flow, there'll be a lot of gas bubbles, and those gas bubbles will manifest themselves as big holes in the rock. But further down in the lava flow, it tends to be a lot more dense. And so it won't allow water to travel through it as easily.
So the water, even if it's down in the lava, still moves towards the Snake River Canyon. But in these low areas, it couldn't move fast enough for the amount that was percolating in.
Once the cause was discovered, they took action with their first plan.
Well, initially, the idea was that they would go and dig ditches and then would run the water through tile drains, and that would take care of it.
Every other method they tried with tiles up near the surface, tree roots got in them, tractors plowed them up.
That plan had failed, and the Twin Falls Canal Company threw a Hail Mary.
And they tried blasting into the canyon wall, and a lot of water started coming out. So they then decided, well, if we can blast in 20, 30 feet under the ground into the lava rock, we can relieve that artesian pressure from underneath, and we can drain those fields up above.
In 1924, the first official tunnel of Twin Falls began and was finished in 1926.
But it was the first system that had worked, so this was the success. The tunnel became a success. The fields above drained, and so the canal board said, let's go into the tunneling business.
Progress on the tunnels was slow, expensive, and to blast another 50 tunnels to save Twin Falls would take around 40 years.
And in some cases, maybe 5 or 6 feet a day.
So they did that for about 30 years, blasting tunnels constantly, as much as 4 or 5 tunneling crews going at a time. And it cost the stockholders about half of their annual assessment every year for those 30 years.
The final tunnel was completed in 1951. For more information on the 51 tunnels that saved Twin Falls, you can visit kmvt.com. Justin Matson, KMVT News.